Hello and welcome to yet another guide on how to check Tibia rare boss spawns. Today we are gonna go over how to get an average timer of when a boss is going to spawn, so you don't have to sit and check every day. First of all, you should open your web browser and then head over to, let's see if I got this copied. Yes, I do. It's www.tibiopedia.pl. It's a Polish website, but they also support um, in English, so both Polish and English people can read. So when you are at the website, it should look somewhere around like this. You should head to, let's see where it is now, statistics here, and then bosses. This is how I used to check when bosses are about to spawn. So you get to this website where it says boss statistics, the last update. It updates every server save sort of, and it tells you what world do you want to check the boss. So first on Morta, I'm going to be checking Morta. Pick the date you want to check. It's the start date. And then pick White Pale. Let's see here, White Pale, one boss. And let's pick show. So this will give me statistics of the last 30 days of this boss, when it's spawned and around what time. So here it says amount of killed players. This is the amount of players that are being killed by the boss. So it was found on the 10th of this month, and it killed one player, and the amount of killed bosses was 1. So one person died by the boss. Hold on, I'm getting poked by TeamSpeak. Let me just... disconnect myself. There we go. Sorry for that. So basically one person was killed by the boss and one person killed the boss. So probably there was someone checking the boss with his noob character that was logged out there with a stealth ring, and the person was killed or suicided, and then he came back with his main character and killed the boss. Yet again, it was found 6 days later. It killed one player again, and it was killed once. So basically, again, probably the same scenario happened. What this means is there was 6 days between the first and the second kill. What is different with this white pale is there's 3 different spawn of white pales, which you should know about, and that's Darashia, Liberty Bay, and Edron, which means they don't share the same spawn timer. That's why they can spawn so close to each other. Basically, they could technically all be found in the same day because they don't share the same spawn timer. So one is harder to find out on average which boss is going to spawn, but I would say this boss has around 1 to 2 week spawn timer. Between 7 to 14 days I would say this boss spawns, but let's pick something that's a bit easier. Let's say the Schlorg. Schlorg. We should check for weakened Schlorg. Here we go. Here we go on Morta. This is a perfect example. He's also been found twice this month. He was found on the 30th last month, and then another, what is it now, 17 days after he was found again, and he was both times, no one died by him, and he was killed. So this means that this boss, on average, let's check how many days there's between. It's about 17 days, and I've found this boss many times. I usually start checking this boss 14 days after it was last killed, and then up to around 21 to 24 days. So there's no need to check every day to find the boss, because there is no chance for it to spawn that quick. The bosses do have spawn timers that can easily be confirmed, because you can check other servers as well. Let's head over to some other server. Let's check Lunara maybe, if someone's found it twice there. No one's found it on Lunara. It's harder to... You should check statistics and compare the servers. Let's take Antica, that's a pretty popular server. Once there, the 10th. I need to have a server where we found it twice. Let's pick something that's big server. Secura maybe. Yeah, here. Secura, he was found the 9th and then the 27th. How many days is there between? That's 11 days, 18 days in between, if I'm not mistaken now. Yeah, about 18 days. So yeah, again, from 14 to around 21, 24 days, I would say, for weekend Schlorg. I'm gonna head over to some other bosses. Let's check the Welter. I'm gonna go back to Mortar. Also can check Secure as well. This boss got a bit longer spawn time, I would say. I'm not sure of this, but you should always keep checking your server and then other servers and compare spawn timers. That way you can get an average. This seems to only be spawning once a month, so I would say around 3 weeks approximate. If there is no log of your server, which there's no statistics on any boss that you look, I mean, let's say you look for the Welt and there's no date, that means the boss has spawned but no one killed it and it despawned. This website only logs if someone was killed by it or killed the boss. So if no one has found the boss, it doesn't mean it wasn't there. It could have been there, but no one found it in the 6 hours or whatever it was up, and it despawned again. So you need to wait. So if there's no statistics, then it can be hard. Then you should check daily. Once you found it once, then it can be like confirmed that boss will be spawning at this time. So I'll go head over to some bosses I know the spawn timer of. For example, Ferumbras. That's around 169 days, I think. 169 days, I think, the Ferumbra spawn timer is on. The Yetis, I'm not sure of. Suzuka, here's another one. This is the Ice Witch boss. This one got about 2 to 3 weeks spawn timer. Nearly the same as Schlog. I would say more like 3 weeks. It's only been found once a month. This is when a boss spawns only 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, usually only found once a month. So the 24th it was found. It's only been 5 days, so it's not gonna spawn for another like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But yeah, this is just a guide on how to check. I don't know every boss spawn timer, but I know some of them. And the vampire bosses usually have 1 week spawn timer, between 5 to 7 days. So you don't have to check every day to find a boss. Here intro, this is the Ice Golem boss. Here again, he killed one player and he was killed once. So this is about, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks spawn timer. But again, this has 2 spawns places. One is in the Shakoya place in the Swallground, and one is in deep in the mines in Swallground as well. And they don't share the same spawn timer. So even if it's the same boss, as long as they have 2 different spawns, they don't share the same spawn timer. The Midnight Panther, I don't know if this is here. Man in the Cave should have about like 2 weeks spawn timer, I think. He was found once here. Let's check another server. Maybe it was found twice in a month. That's easier to check. Here we go. It was found on the 10th on Secure, then it was found on the 23rd. So that's around 13 days. So yeah, around 1 to 2 weeks. I think Man in the Cave should be legit. But if you want to check, if you're not sure, you can also go back more than 30 days. You can go back 60 days. That's easier to get an average. But as you can see, here's a big gap from 11th, the 6th, 11th this month, the 6th, all the way to the 10th. He wasn't found for a whole month. Probably someone has missed him around here in the middle, and he despawned and then he spawned again. It's the same on Morta. Like, let's take the Schlog for example. Weekend Schlog, sorry. 60 days. So here, the 9th, then he spawned the 30th, so that's 21 days. And then another 17 days and he spawned again. You see, there is average timers. This Schlog has around like 2 to 3 weeks, 14 to 24 days, as I said. I can go back 90 days if you want. We can check again. Here he spawned on the 30th, and then he spawned on the 23rd. That's 24 days, 3 weeks exact. And then again, 23rd, that's 7 days. And then the 9th. So that's 15 days. So it's about 2 to 3 weeks, I would say, on the Schlog. So this is a great website to use. You can check the Welter if you want. And you can go back 90 days as well on this one and get averages. Here's a 22nd. That's 8 days, and then 7. That's 15 days. So yeah, this one is also 2 to 3 weeks. And then here he was missed for over nearly 2 months because people missed his spawn, basically. Doesn't mean he'd never spawn just because it's not logged, but it needs to be, someone needs to die by the boss or kill the boss for this website to log it. That's how this website works, and it's a very useful website if you're looking for any boss of any kind, basically. I don't know every boss timer, as I said, but this is a good way to get averages. Here we can check a vampire boss, for example. Here's one 8th, then he spawned the 19th. So there's a lot of people missing them, but these bosses usually have around a week or two. The one in, let's check the one in, what is it called? The one in Edron. I forgot the name of that boss. The vampire boss in Edron. Oh, this is. I really forgot it. Let's see if I can scroll by the name, maybe find it. There it is, Survival Crest. This is the Edron boss. So you can see 15th and then 20th, that's 5 days between. Then here is 6th and the 15th, this is like 6/12, there's like 6/12, there's like 8 days in between. It's 26th and 6th, probably someone missed him here, like around here. As you can see, you can just see the gaps. Here he was found straight after, here he's probably missed here, someone in the middle. But usually it's about 1 week timer for him to spawn. Here's 7, 4 and 11, so 7 days. 27th and 4th, that's 7 days as well. 22nd and 27th, that's 5 days. 14th and 22nd, that's 8 days. It's about like between 4 to 9 days on average. Here he's probably missed somewhere in the middle here. However, it's usually how these boss spawn. So yeah, there is patterns. Don't let anyone tell you there's not, but the patterns are not 100% set. Basically, they can't spawn straight after the next day. That we can make sure of, because there's never been any like Schlog spawning the day after the second day or 10 days earlier. I haven't seen any Schlog spawn 14 days after it's been killed on average. So I hope this guide was useful for any one of you that look for bosses. If you haven't already, I have another guide where I show how to check these bosses. Not only these, but a lot of more of them. So if you got any comments, please leave a comment in below the video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.